What a glorious day in Bend. Feels nice and cool out, although I am in shorts and a t-shirt. Can't get rid of my California ways. And I am out looking for the boys. We have two of them. They were driving us crazy inside the house, so we told them, go do something else, and they're gone. We didn't actually tell the boys to just go get lost, and then they did. That would have been a pretty good story. It's not that way though. I actually told them where to go. It's a spot I've been wanting to visit since we got here in Bend, and it's here at this Thousand Trails camp. It is the Old West Town.
Yes, Dad.
I've spotted them. You guys want to go look at the little Old West Town?
This is the little Old West.
Let's go check it out. It's the Old West Town with old, armless, legless Joe.
His name is Jim. Strongest man in town.
He was a blacksmith without arms. He was the most impressive blacksmith ever.
The strongest man in town. He'd grab a grizzly by the ear and wrestle him to the ground.
That's pretty impressive. He'd wrestle grizzly bears without arms or legs. You broke his foot off. His foot was in there. And his leg. Oh, Z. And he's missing a tooth. Give me back my leg. So most Thousand Trails throughout the country, I can say with confidence that when you go to them, your expression is like, it's a Thousand Trails. This Thousand Trails, however, in Bend, they do a pretty darn good job. They have movies here, they have activities, they keep this place up, and they have this Old West ghost town, which I love.
Alright, let's see what it says about that guy. His name is Deal Sam.
This is old Judd Bryson. We know so because it says so.
No, this is Jesus.
Oh yeah, it's old Judge Jesus here to take you down. Don't be sinning in my town. I'm Judge Jesus. They have the lounge. You look at the saws with a little tree. Okay. Oh, look who it is. Sadie Potts. She's a mermaid, but she doesn't have a flipper. She does have Elvira's hair though. Is that her eye patch? She's also a pirate. Oh, look at, it's old Preacher Fry. Marshall Daniel Boone.
No, Daniel Boone.
Daniel Boone. Why is he the only one with arms? Why does only the Marshal get arms? All the rest have to go armless. That's how he keeps the town safe. He chops off everyone's arms. And this, who is this? This is Light Fingers Lou.
Why is he so happy to be in jail?
Well, he's in jail, but he doesn't lose his arms. The old Marshal let Light Fingers Lou keep his arms.
He used to be a sheriff.
I think the deal is, I'm learning from this, that if your fingers are too heavy...
What's this?
That's money.
Take it.
If your fingers are too heavy, the Marshal will chop off your entire arms. But if they're light, you get to keep them. I love it. They even have this old cemetery here. Okay, so what is your idea?
On the graveyard, they would take out those bones and put in real bones from like people.
That's disgusting. What is wrong with you?
Not real ones, like, you know, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, like a skeleton. Okay.
And they would like burn all the trees so they look like this one.
Sounds very destructive.
No.
Dead bodies and burned down trees.
They would turn all the trees black. They would spray paint them black.
I don't know if that's better.
Yes, it is.
What are you talking about?
If they had a Halloween town here, what they would do.
I see.
Then they'd build a real wagon with skeletons in it. Then this building would be a haunted house.
Okay.
Then they would turn this building, and once you go in, it locks you in, and it's creepy.
Oh, Miss Crumb is here to frighten the children as they walk by. Z, what would you do if you were in school and this teacher popped slowly out of the window and said, "Come in, child"? What would you do?
Probably broke the pattern.
Look how awesome this is. I love this. I don't even know what it is. I mean, technically, this whole thing isn't in Old West Town, but I just love that they put in, I don't even know who did this. I don't know the history of it, because this is definitely not typical of Thousand Trails, but that they added these little cool buildings with these little things inside. I just think that's so fun. And there's the outhouse. Anyone need to go? This is the best building of all when you gotta go. It is just really, really pretty here. Not usually a fan of the high desert, but if the high desert was always like this, I could be a fan. So I'm actually out here with the boys and not Danielle and not Erica, because this morning as Danielle and I were doing this little workout where you gotta jump around and roll around and do all kinds of ridiculous things. You don't actually have to roll around. No, you don't roll around, but you do jump around. And she and her ankle decided, yeah, what'd she do?
She took a fall.
Yeah, she took a little tumble. Actually, I think her ankle just decided to go like that, and she went down, and she's okay. She's fine. She's fine. She's just fine. She's being a big baby about it. Don't tell her I said that.
Yeah, but you think she broke it.
I don't think she broke it, but she was walking around on it and everything, so definitely hurt. She's definitely down for the day. So she's vegging on the couch. Erica stayed back just to make sure she didn't need anything. And the boys were being rowdy, horrible children, so we had to take them out. Why were you being so awful?
We were sitting on the couch watching a movie.
Yeah, sitting on a couch, watching a movie, instead of getting me my slippers and my pipe, like a good son should.
It's like what they do in the old days.
Well, it's still the old days.
It's new days.
You know, it's the old days when you're an old man, your kids will think that today is the old days. Yes, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're living in the old days, Z. What was it like when you were a kid?
Well, say the technology wasn't as powerful, like
Right.
it wasn't as good.
Yeah.
The colors were not as nice.
Yeah.
And things in this day have a lot changed.
So Malachi, one day when your kids come to you and they're like, Dad, what was it like when you were a kid? I think that's how your kids are gonna talk. They'll just be like, Dad, what was it like?
Today's terrible.
What? Why?
Because like the cars are like going to be really bad.
Malachi, in case you haven't picked up on it from previous episodes, he is the glass half full child. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Pretty. It's terrible. Life is terrible today.
Yeah, but it probably will be in the future because you can't do anything.
Do you think the future is going to be better or worse?
Worse because you can't drive cars.
Worse. Of course you think it's worse.
Well, you're not going to be able to drive.
Probably not. But I think that'll be like your great-grandkids' generation, maybe even after that. It's going to be a while.
No. And the concept cars book is in 2024.
Wow. Well, in Malachi's eyes, the future is dark and grim. But today is bright and beautiful and lovely. I actually told Danielle earlier, talking and walking up hills, whew, we were in California for a long time and fairly stationary while I had to get some work done. And being back on the road, it is like, I mean, it's just really, really good. I love, and I don't say this, I'm always hesitant to say things like this because I feel like when I say things like this, that what it's coming off as is me saying that the way we've chosen to live is preferred, or we think that other people should live this way or something like that. We don't feel that way at all. This lifestyle is not good for some people, and everyone should live the best way for them personally. But I think that we have found, for me anyways, and for Danielle, it's hard to beat. It's really stinking hard to beat. It's kind of like that feeling you have like 3 days before the vacation's gonna begin. And it's just like the future just seems bright and you have all these things you're looking forward to and you're gonna go there and here. You're also trying to just like live in the moment. It's hard to describe. It's where I wanna be all the time. I'm not making any sense, Malachi. Well, you make sense to me. I was trying to talk about how it's just really fun to travel like this, I think. What are your thoughts?
The opposite.
Pessimism.
Some of it's good, sometimes.
Some of it's good sometimes, and a lot of it's bad always? Okay. Well, that's all from us. Pessimistic child. Trying to work on that. But it's just in him. There's some things about your kids you just can't change. So anyways, we are just super glad to be back on the road. It's been awesome and wonderful. We head to Portland soon, which I've never been to. Really excited about that. All right, more fun to come. Make sure if you haven't, if you would, it's helpful to us if you want to be kind to subscribe to this little channel. Makes things better. So I'm told.